Hello, Glee. How are you right now?
I'm okay. I'm great to be here.
Yeah, that's great. So, what grade are you in?
I'm in grade 7.
Grade 7.
Yes.
Interesting. Tell us a little about yourself.
So like I said, I'm in grade 7, 12 years old. I'm an actress, dancer, and a little bit of a singer. I've been part of Team Canada that went to Prague. I've recently been to the White House, and a new show of mine just came out, Popularity Papers. Go check it out every Monday, 6 p.m.
You better.
on my TV.
What got you into acting?
Well, it was actually by kind of accident, as my dad's friend's daughter actually did some modeling, and then they were like, "Oh, your daughter should do some modeling," because my parents always would go around when we were on vacation and take a bunch of pictures, and they thought I looked really cute, so they sent me a resume into a modeling agency, and the next day I got a job. So I did modeling for a little bit, and then that went into commercials, then more TV series and movies, whatever.
So
Yeah.
it just snowballed.
Yeah.
So, as a question, I heard you're in TVO Kids, correct?
Yes.
And YTV.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Correct.
how'd you get, what was the process to get that? When did you join YTV? Since, YTV is a big show for kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, YTV is a streaming service, and I auditioned for the show that was being basically almost sponsored by YTV. And so I auditioned, callbacks, chem reads, and then it just kind of got the role, and then it gets produced, and onto YTV it goes. So,
Can you describe your process of preparing for a role?
well, first off, you get the sides, you read it over, kind of analyze the characters, almost like you do in books, whereas oh, this is how they act, what will they say, you can almost predict, and how do they act around others. And so then you prepare, you analyze, and you memorize the script. Then you do the audition, whatever other sides that they give you, and then just kind of continue until maybe you get the role or you don't.
Like you said, have you ever experienced rejection in your acting career? And if so, how do you handle that?
Well, of course, you get rejection all the time, but I find it's nice, especially when you're doing self-tapes, because it's not like they'll email you saying, "Oh, sorry, you didn't get the role, blah, blah, blah." They just don't send you anything, which is nice. Otherwise, you get sent, "Okay, this is your callback details," or "You got the role." Otherwise, you don't get anything, and it's kind of you just kind of forget it over time, because you're waiting, you kind of just trails off into your mind, and then you kind of forget about it.
You just wait, and you wait, and you wait, and if you don't get the role, you just deal with it, essentially.
Yeah, you basically don't ever really know. Unless the show comes out and you see, "Oh, yeah, that person got the role. Okay, whatever."
That could have
been me.
Yeah, you look at that and be like, should have been there.
How do you approach collaborating with directors, fellow actors?
Well, of course you're going to be around them for a long time, especially if you do get the role. And if it's a long TV series or movie filming over a period of time. So it's kind of just you have to talk to each other. I find talking with them daily, saying hi, or just asking how people are every day is nice, and learning their names especially. The last show I worked on, I learned everyone's names. You get the idea. You just kind of have to talk, and over time you build a family, say a classroom where you're hanging out with the same people all the time.
Speaking of which, how many people are usually on a set, in total, in general?
Ooh, well, that really depends. If it's a smaller commercial, maybe it'll only be 20 to 50 people, which is small for average. But the last show I worked on, I think there was almost over 100 people.
Wow.
Just to work on one TV show. You've got 3 different cameramen, you've got the subs, you've got the ADs, you've got the directors, and there's a bunch of different directors, and producers, editors. There's a bunch of people involved. It's incredible how they can hire so many people to work on one thing.
And it's the organization with this is
Yeah.
super organized. I mean, there's no other word for it, honestly.
There's no other word.
Yeah.
Can you discuss your experience on a specific project or a role that was particularly meaningful to you?
Odd Squad, where I was Osmeralda Kim. It was really fun because we got to travel a lot of different places, because they're Oswald Mobile Unit. We're going all over the place. So we got to travel a lot, and it's kind of cool to see how they built a lot of different things, the gadgets, because they're not made of metal. They're made of wood and painted and hot glued together. with springs and stuff. It's crazy. They're really good. Like the props people, props to them because they're like, they're crazy good at what they do.
So speaking of which, what is your next project in terms of your acting career?
Well, there's no real plan as you don't really know if you're going to get rejected or accepted. It really depends. But right now I'm waiting on another project to start up, and it's a pilot for a show that's trying to get greenlit. So, yeah, I'm playing one of the leads in that, and we're going to pray it gets greenlit.
Or
Yeah.
is there any projects you want to shout out?
So the two shows that I would shout out are definitely Odd Squad, where I play Osmeralda Kim, the agent in season 4 or 3.5, I would say. And Popularity Papers, which is my new show that is on YTV every Monday at 6 p.m.
Nice. So wait, you're a main character in Popularity Papers, right?
Yeah,
There-
I am.
There is also another main character.
Yes.
Yes.
So I play Julie Graham Chang, which who has 2 dads and is very introverted. And the other lead is my best friend Lydia Goldblatt, who doesn't have a dad, actually. She has a mother and a sister. I don't have any siblings, and she is very extroverted. So we're like almost complete opposites, but we love each other to bits.
So like so this like stories about how like best friends are like complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and yet somehow they're still like best friends as you described it, correct?
Well, yeah, we're best friends, but the main thing is trying to become popular. We go through a bunch of experiments on our friends and classmates to see what might make us popular. And every episode ends in a lesson of friendship, care, and honesty.
So Friendo, do you got any more questions?
No.
Glee, do you have any questions for us?
No, it's been pretty straightforward, yeah.
Okay. So this is Glee Dango. She's an actress, a singer sometimes, and a dancer. And thank you for joining us on the Brizzy Podcast.
No problem.